Before I start my speech, I would like to tell you guys that the way I'm going to start it is very different from what you may be used to. Is that okay? Yes? All right. The first thing I want you guys to do is to sit with your back straight. Sit with your back straight. Place both of your feet firmly on the ground. Firmly on the ground. And now close your eyes. Close your eyes. Yes, even you. Okay. Take a deep breath and feel how your lungs are being filled with oxygen. With each inhale, you feel your lungs getting bigger. And with each exhale, you feel them getting smaller. This is a time when you get to be exactly who you are. You get to be here and now. When you take deep breaths, your body receives more oxygen. When your body receives more oxygen, it will be able to focus. Keep focusing on your breathing. Now, the mental training is slowly coming to an end. So please feel free to start moving your fingers and your toes and return back to the lesson. This, my friends, is what we call mental training in Sweden. Together with my students, I would listen to this audio file on a daily basis, as it was written in the schedule. Not only did we listen to this mental training activity, but we also focused on the physical aspect of education. We did this in the form of pedagogical walks. Today, I'm going to share with you what these two activities are, how they work in practice, and what Swedish students think of them. Mental training. What is mental training? Well, in our high school, we would define it as an activity where we would listen to an audio file about breathing, dealing with stress, and visualizing our academic and personal goals. This audio file would last somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. But how does this work in practice? Well, in the beginning of the lesson, I would ask my students to get prepared for their mental training session. Then I would ask them to put away all their electronic devices and get comfortably seated. After that, I would go ahead and switch off all the lights in the classroom. And I would go ahead and play the audio file on my computer. When the audio file is being played, I would participate in this activity together with my students. It was a moment for me to feel the calmness in the room. Once the audio file came to an end, I would then switch on the lights in the classroom and ask my students to return back to the lesson. But this time, something changed in that room. As a teacher, I felt a sense of calmness within me. A calmness that I needed in order to be able to continue my hectic workday. Now, this may sound a bit utopian, I know, but it existed for a couple of minutes, at least. And what about for my students? How did they feel? Well, for me, it seemed as if they were more calm as well. And their willingness to listen and pay attention increased. But these are just my words. What do they really say? Let's have a look.
Hi, Sojida. Today we're going to talk about MT and what it is. So, Hussein, can you tell us about it?
MT stands for mental training, as we call it in Swedish. And MT is a time or period where we take approximately 5 or 10 minutes where we relax and get to know our inner self. Do you want to speak more about it, Jimena?
Yeah, so we take it and we have it once a day, and it's something that we students really look forward to. It makes us relax and take a break from our studies, and I feel like it's something that we all need, especially when we are studying math, physics, chemistry, and hard
Subjects.
courses like that.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, it's a really good thing that we appreciate a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So, in case you did not catch what my students said, they said that they felt relaxed when they listened to this mental training audio file. They felt relaxed as it was a chance for them to take a break from their studies. Not only that, they felt that they needed this in order to continue with their subjects such as math and science. And not only that, they also felt they also appreciated this activity and they looked forward to it as it was a chance for them to focus on their inner self. Now, some may wonder, why is this even important? Well, as a school, we believe that students should be able to be ready for the reality that waits outside of the school. We believe that if students are mentally strong, then they're able to overcome tough situations such as personal stress, work exhaustion, and low motivation. Apart from mental training, we would also focus on something called pedagogical walks. What is pedagogical walks? Well, we would define it as an activity where we would take a 10 to 15-minute walk outside of our school and discuss about a certain concept. This concept can be anything from democracy, globalization, climate change, and other complex subjects. And in practice, how would this look like? Well, I would enter the classroom and I would tell the students that it was time for our pedagogical walk. But first, I would introduce the topic for the lesson, I would give them the objectives, and I would ask them to reflect on a certain concept. Then I would ask them to stand up, put on their outdoor clothes, and perhaps bring an umbrella with them, and lead them outside the classroom and outside the school. Once we were outside the school, we would then I would tell them the route of our walk. And then we would begin the walk. During this walk, my students were able to reflect on this concept, discuss it with their classmates, and come up with a preliminary answer for their teacher. Once the walk came to an end, we would then go back into the classroom and we would then get seated and the students would feel prepared to give their final answer to me. And again, I felt a positive change in the environment of our classroom. As a teacher, I felt that I had a chance to stretch my legs, get fresh air, and get new energy for my workday. Also, I got the chance to create a more closer connection with my students, as I got to see them in an environment that was a bit more free. And now some may wonder, why is this something new? Is this something that has been practiced before? Well, this pedagogical walk is not a concept. It has been practiced by ancient Greeks. They would go out on walks to discuss various concepts and create new ideas based on that walk. Research, according to the experts within the field of walking, Shane O'Meara, he would say that when we stand up and move around, the activity in our brain increases, which then helps us with the collision of new ideas. So now some may say, well, we don't really have the resources to practice this. That is not the case. As we all know, the internet is full of these kind of videos about breathing, dealing with stress, visualizing your academic and personal goals. So the only thing you need to do as a teacher is just hop on there and search for the right keywords. And now some might say, well, this is taking a lot of my classroom time. Yes, it may take some time, but the impact that it has on you as a teacher and the students is immense. So, with that being said, I would like to say that we should embrace an education where we not only educate the students in terms of intellect, but also the body and mind. Thank you.